Viscount Victor S. Arcade. Welcome back, one and all, to Trails of Cold Steel 3. Last time we had a bomb dropped on us.
We are now over the western part of the Isengard mountain range. Estimated arrival in Hiemdallr is 1410.
Maintain current course and speed. Once we reach Ulster, adjust course to run parallel to the railroad.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You have my thanks, Your Grace.
Hey, he looks familiar.
Your assistance this past week has been invaluable.
Think nothing of it. This is the Crimson Wing's job, after all. I've no doubt your first bout of field exercises in Northumbria saw you even busier than I. It is I who should be thanking you for your hard work.
To be honest, I'm having a difficult time deciding how to proceed as a teacher.
Perhaps that is a sign of General Craig's influence. I would advise you to follow your own convictions for the time being. That way, you may...
Ah, Instructor. There you are.
Hello, Cedric.
Cadet Arner.
Greetings, my lord.
Seeing it up close, the Courageous is truly amazing.
Did they change Arcade's voice actor? He sounds different.
And though it was barely used during the Civil War, its main canon is certainly impressive as well.
Give me 1 second. Sorry for that cut.
Perhaps we should consider deploying a number of cruisers to match our fleet of battleships.
That's not a bad idea.
Cadet.
It is true that during an emergency, such power may prove beneficial. Learning when to use one's power and when to refrain is an important lesson. If that is the lesson your field exercises have taught you, then I'd say it is safe to declare them a success.
Yes, of course. My thanks, Captain Arcade. I look forward to seeing you again. I wish you luck patrolling the summer festival alongside my older brother.
He has turned into such a little shit fucker. Anyway, last time on Trails of Cold Steel 3, a bomb was dropped on us. Ooh, a little frame chug there. Not terrible, but it is noticeable. I mean, it dropped from 60 to about, I guess, 45, 40. I record in 30, so I probably won't notice in recording. Editing, whatever. What the hell? Why are they chasing specters?
Damn it! How many times have they slipped away like that now? There's no end to it!
We need help from the Intelligence Division or the RMP.
Someone's fucking with the Hiemdallr military police.
Be nice if all we had to deal with are those half-wits.
They're not specters, they're real.
But we can't afford to let our guard down. Spread out and lay low until the appointed time. Be sure you've got your Ramdas ready to use.
Roger. Recommencing mission.
More gnomes?
Red flowers?
Oh no. Pleroma grass.
I don't think so.
Not a Nosferatu. Please, not a Nosferatu. Vita.
There's no end to them. The eyes which served as the vessel for the bringer of miracles. But when the flame consumed the mirage, the fairy tale became that of the Empire. So as a professional, how do you intend to intervene?
Oh, was I that obvious? To be perfectly honest, I'm having a bit of trouble finding a lead. I was hoping we could work together as friends and colleagues and have ourselves a little information exchange.
I always liked this guy. He was a little
I
eccentric.
could even help you bury the hatchet with the elder of your clan, perhaps?
Tomas knows more than he should.
That's right. You have an agreement with her, don't you? Well, I'll consider your offer. However, I ask that you play nice from now on, Mr. Former History Instructor. Or should I say, Second Dominion, Thomas Lysander the Partitioner.
He's a mage himself? I mean, that would explain his somewhat eccentric behavior. It certainly throws suspicion off of him. And if he's seen doing weird shit, people are just going to see it as, oh, Instructor Thomas is being weird again. Brilliant. That shadow pop, just like that, just right in.
I would not have expected that Olivert would be missing the party like this.
It is unfortunate, yet understandable, given the current situation. With the Crimson Wings safeguarding Hiemdallr's skies, I'm sure the citizens will feel at ease.
Yes, but I can't help but feel bad for him. I wonder if he's been upset over Cedric's actions of late.
Olivert isn't the type to let that get to him. You should know this as well as I.
No, you're right. He was only a young boy when he lost his mother and was adopted into the royal family.
Oh! That's why Olivert isn't the crown prince. Because he's an adopted son. So he's a commoner. Kind of like Reen.
I would have understood if he hadn't accepted me, given his early life. But he gladly welcomed me as his stepmother, and was truly happy when Alphen and Cedric were born.
Yes, that is the virtue he possesses. It's easy to believe he has friends not simply across Erebonia, but the entire continent.
Yes. However, recently, even though Cedric once looked up to his older brother, he...
Pardon me, Your Highness. Chancellor Osborne would like an audience.
Very well. send him in.
I still want to know how he survived being shot through the heart. Probably the same way Crow survived being stabbed through the heart. Yeah, Crow's alive. Easy as your Siegfried.
My apologies
Fuck
for interrupting
me.
you, Liege. You as well, Lady Priscilla.
No.
That happened at the end of last
It's
episode.
Quite all right. I shall excuse myself now.
So if you're watching these out of order, spoilers!
She seems to have some worries about the prince.
It is to be expected, so long as she sees things differently from you.
Understood.
In any event, it seems things are beginning to line up with what was written in the records.
Yes, though we set the timing for the Civil War ourselves. By this point, however, the ending is all but decided. But are you certain this is all right? Leaving everything in my hands?
What, is Osborne having doubts?
As I told you 14 years ago, if there truly is no other way to avoid this end, then I shall leave it all to you. It may place a great burden on my sons, but could not the same be said of you?
Yes, my liege.
Osborne seems entirely loyal to the Imperial family, to the Empire, but what is he scheming? The better question is, if he serves the Emperor, what is Emperor Ugit scheming? July 4th. With July, summer was in full swing and here in Leaves. However, with Thor's move back toward being a traditional military academy, no summer uniforms were given out. Students at both the main and branch campus were allowed to remove their inner lining from their normal uniforms. I will gladly take summer over winter. Any day. Erebonian History, Period 4. Up till now, we've covered an overview of the time period from the Great Collapse to the modern era. My head itches. But starting this week, we'll be taking a more in-depth look at a certain key individual. We'll start with Dreikul's Reise Arner, father of the Imperial Renaissance. 250 years ago, he brought the War of Lions to a close, ushering us into the modern era. Though he was born as a third prince of Emperor Valius V, he was born out of wedlock and ended up abdicating his status and wandering the empire. He found himself at the edge of the empire in the Nord Highlands. There, he was welcomed by the nomadic tribes and spent a few years with them. Meanwhile, the empire's mainland had been plunged into a bloody civil war. Originally, he had no interest in the throne, but once he saw the toll the war was taking on his country, he decided to put an end to it. He started with only 17 followers, 16 Nord warriors who decided to join him and his confidant, the Knight Roland. Half a year later, though Prince Dreichels would have a faithful encounter in the southeast of the Empire, Lagram, the daughter of the Count and leader of the Eisenritter, Leanne Sandlot, the hero otherwise known as the Lance Maiden.
I have a question. Was that person you and the other instructors fought the real Saint Leanne?
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing. The legendary knight. There's no way it was actually her. But I heard the fight was intense. Well, instructor?
Without a doubt. She was tremendously strong, and that aura of hers certainly seemed real. But it's possible one of Ouroboros' members is just posing as her. Let's put that aside for now, though.
Don't be stingy.
By the way, 254 years ago today, on July 4th, the War of Lions came to an end. Now, keep in mind the test will cover the events from just before to just after the War of Lions. So make sure you review that time period thoroughly. I hate to admit it, but he really is good at teaching. Well, to be fair, he himself was a student just last year. I heard his grades were pretty high. He looks great in glasses, too. Homeroom. Anyway, our 4 days of midterms will begin tomorrow. General Studies, Military Science, Arts, Information Processing, Combat Technique. There'll be a lot to cover, so good luck. You rattled those off like it was easy. No way are we all going to be that easy. I suppose we'll simply have to trust in everything we've learned thus far. By the way, a little birdie told me the content of our exams and the schedule will not match that of the main campus. I wonder, will our grades be posted alongside theirs? That's right. Both individual scores and class averages will be posted at both campuses. So, it should be worth your time to study, wouldn't you agree? So blatant. So you're going to make us compete. And our little crown prince is going to be handed first place on a silver platter. Yeah? I can totally see that happening. No, that won't happen. In the past, Thors was split up into nobles and commoners, but grading has always been done fairly. The instructors I know at the main campus wouldn't let grades be tampered with like that. So, at the very least, the exams will be a level playing field. If you say so. There will also be a little reward waiting for you guys once the exams are over. You'll have a free day this weekend, so look forward to it. So give the exams your all. I'll be giving the exams for Erebonian history and combat technique, so please ask me anything if you're confused. All preparations for the exams have been completed. Grades will be posted alongside the main campus, but I don't expect there to be any problems. Our curriculum should be in sync thanks to the OrbitalNet. It's great that we're able to work with the main campus instructors to come up with the exam questions. All that's left is for the students themselves to show us what they've got. Jaeger Corps have been confirmed retreating from the Empire since last month's exercise. All according to the Intelligence Division, it would appear the Society has withdrawn as well. I see. Well, if that's true, it's great news, but maybe we should stop being fully clenched all the time. We cannot let our guards down. Take care not to disclose any information regarding exam questions but feel free to clarify any questions your students have. By simply be a simple guiding hand in their studies. Looks like Big Bad Mr. Michael has really toned it down. He's always been very serious, but it seems like he's been thinking with the students in mind lately. Let's do our best to be as much to help the students as we can today. Right, we've still got some time before the school closes for today. Let's split up, gang. So I need to go talk with students. Okay. Looks like everyone's working together to brush up on their weak subjects. I guess I'll make my final round to talk to any students who look like they're having a tough time. That aside, Ouroboros and the Black Workshop. I wonder if the principal and the professor know anything about them. Okay. Yeah, we're fixing to get into a free day. Why is all this Empire history stuff so tricky for me? Do you get any of this, Leo? I can help you with the crossbow stuff. I'm all set when it comes to stuff about the ocean, but anything else, and I'm a lost cause. I get that it's important to know history so you can learn from it. But do we really gotta memorize all these names and dates? I feel like my head's going to explode. Oh, I have bonding points. Study points, sure. Yuna, Leonora, sounds like you two might be having some trouble. Instructor. Haha. Well, you're kind of at the root of all the problems right now. This part we covered in class just recently. The War of Lions. Can you name the 3 events directly led to it? Let's see. The War of Lions was a battle over succession. So the first reason was the death of Emperor Valius V. Correct. The next is the assassination of Prince Manfred. He was supposed to be the next emperor. But isn't it just those 2 things? Well, to be fair, the third reason's a little tricky. But it's also the most direct cause of the war. All the remaining princes trying to claim the throne at once. Oh yeah, I get it. The first one tried to seize the throne was the 4th prince, Orthros. And it has been 2 years. Then, it was 2 years after the war began that Prince Dreikels raised an army to put an end to it. When you explain the steps like that, it's easier to understand. Yeah, there's lots to remember, but I feel like it's better organized in my head now. Glad to help. Creating clean water during a disaster. Oh! This is actually some prepper stuff. Prepare a container. Pack the bottom with cloth. Pack charcoal, sand, and pebbles in that order. Pour water from above and wait. Yeah, that's actually cool that they put that in there. I actually have an image of that somewhere. I'll have to go digging it up, or I could probably find another one. It's basically like you're making a 3-stage filter, and the charcoal acts as carbon. Kind of like it's exactly what it is. A carbon filter. Aurelia. There we are. Principal Le Guin, you wear glasses? That's surprising. Well, actually, for some reason, my vision is unusually keen. I can see everything in excruciating detail from up close to a great distance away. Sometimes I find myself getting annoyed by specks of dust floating in the air. So to combat this issue, I commissioned these glasses to suppress my vision. That's not surprising at all. All that's left to do for the exams tomorrow is to leave them to my students. Is there something you'd like to ask me about Ouroboros? So you knew. What are your thoughts about the report that the Jaegers in Ouroboros have pulled out of Erebonia? I'd certainly recommend taking it with a grain of salt. The Aeons, the Black Workshop, there are far too many unforeseen forces at work. I agree. Regarding the Maiden, we've reached an answer of sorts, for better or worse. She definitely called upon her full power when fighting the two of us. But what if there was something more behind it? Something beyond the power of a human? If she's out of the picture for good, that's fine. Otherwise, we need to be ready for her. And by we, I mean all of you. I'll keep that in mind. Obtained Aurelia Sand's cape and glasses. Wait. Oh yeah, I can access all of them. So, is Aurelia is a support member now. I can basically remove the cape, or I can put her glasses on. Huh. I kind of like her without the cape. That's interesting. Helping these two study. Excuse me. Yep. These two were both a little worried about the questions on politics. Not to mention all the recent changes in the political landscape. The dissolution of the House of Representatives and the House of Peers, the establishment of the Central Diet, the 8 Metropolis Plan. It all sounds like some foreign language. Sounds like a grasp for power. Looks like you two are reviewing political ethics. There's no ethics when it comes to politics. Indeed, unlike other subjects, this one incorporates current events. So we thought we could study by reviewing said events. Unfortunately, all the new terms are rather confusing. Alright, I'll help you out. Let's start with you, Kurt. What is it called when the market as a whole is down, but one stock is high? That's called an isolated gain. Correct. Wayne, what is it called when the market rises and falls drastically in a short period of time? Oh my god, this is topical. At least at the time I'm recording this. You know, the GameStop stonks. Oh my god, that's a whole mess and a half. Violent waves? Almost, but not quite. Violent fluctuations. Exactly. I see. Either of you can answer this. What is the term for financial gain generated through ownership of an asset? Did that question stump you, Kurt? I've narrowed it down to 2 candidates. Do you happen to know an answer? I'm not completely sure, but a term did pop into my head. Capital gain. Capital gain is generated by selling assets such as stocks, for more than you bought them for. That's what you do in a stock market. Buy low, sell high. Mixing those two up is a pretty common mistake. In that case, it's income gain. Exactly. It was a tough one, but you got it. No, it was a simple process of elimination this time. Even so, you did good. We're both from Hiemdallr, but you're so much better at this than me. Oh, you're from the capital? Yeah, though technically there was a short bit when I was elsewhere. But anyway, I'm thankful Kurt's here. I pale in comparison to you, whether it's studies or practical skills. But someday I'll definitely catch up to you. I'm flattered to hear you say that. Huh. We're learning! Oh, Instructor Reen. Are you all studying together? Yeah. We're going over things subject by subject and teaching each other the ones we know best. My specialty is the medical field. Leave survival skills to me. And finally, I'm in charge of physics. Looks like you guys got a good system going here. Well, if that was everything on the exams, then yes, but we're having some trouble with history. Then I guess that's where I come in. Studying orbital tech? For now, yes. I'm going to teach Tita about military science, and she's going to teach me about orbments. I see. Well, that doesn't sound like there's much I can help with there. Actually, regarding the usage of orbital AEDs, if you don't mind, could you give it a brief overview? Sure thing. Okay. Music. Art. Oh, I can't read music. And whenever people try to explain fucking terms to teach kids, it's like, yep, you might as well be speaking Greek, because none of that makes any fucking sense. I don't understand music. Like I said, I'm just reading this because I don't know anything about music or art. I guess I'm a bit more of a practical person. What's going on? Is there a problem? I was just wondering why you weren't studying. Must I do the same thing as everyone else? Besides, exams are for measuring your knowledge. And if you cram the day before, it's not a proper measurement. That's a good point. If you try to cram right before an exam, you are going to forget fucking everything. Okay, they're still doing a bit of studying here. Now let's talk to Pablo. Hey, Pablo. Hey, Instructor. Can I help you with something? I wanted to ask you about Valerie. Did something happen in the music club? Oh, that. I got into a pretty big fight with her. We have not talked since. Well, how did it start? I asked her to be on vocals. Hi. She never sings in front of people, but I've heard her sing to herself a few times and her voice is just good. So I asked her to take over on vocals, even just once, you know. She wasn't having it, though. I got a wee bit pissed, and the next thing you know, we were going at it. I know she doesn't want to be in the spotlight, but I just think she'd be such a big waste of talent. Huh. I'm not even going to attempt to read any more of that because I can't do a fucking Scottish accent. Ah. So she's a noble, but... Oh, she's a noble in Northumbria. And the Ambrians, I guess, don't like the nobility. It's somewhat understandable. Are you still here? Yeah, I talked with Pablo and Gustav. I think you should find a way to make up with them. You're such a busybody. Well, if it weren't just a normal argument, I wouldn't have stepped in like this. But it seems like there's something you've been bottling up. Yeah, I'm sure you'll deny it, but you want to be on vocals more than anyone, don't you? That's not true. Well, sorry if I am being a busybody, but you're from a noble family in Northumbria. So what if I am? It's just that if that were the case, I can imagine the circumstances you must have endured. Well, you're not wrong. Back in Northumbria was still a principality, the nobility system was still in place. After the Ambrian disaster, the government was remade and the nobility abolished, though they kept their wealth to some extent. In a poor country like ours, children born into wealth and comfort were, of course, victims of envy and spite. And on top of that, I have another secret. The truth is, my family is related to the former Grand Prince of Northumbria. I'm sure you know the story, you're a history teacher and all. Grand Prince Balmund, the traitorous ruler who fled Northumbria during the disaster 30 years ago. Apparently, the family with connections to him is a family of devils. I came here intending to keep that a secret, but I just don't care anymore. Anyway, it's probably best you do not get involved with a devil. Just leave me be. I can't do that. Valerie, how come you didn't tell me sooner? It's just no fair for someone who's done nothing wrong to be treated like that. How long were you two here? We were pretty much here the whole time. Sorry. Pablo and I were worried about you. This school is full of busybodies. Fine. I'll let you two know as well. Nothing good will come from associating with me, so... Don't be daft! Hearing that stuff just made me even more angry. Family of devils. None of that matters in the world of rock. Come to think of it, it might actually come in handy. Rock's all about the soul. Your upbringing doesn't have shit to do with it. Here, Valerie. It's about time you quit bottling it all up. Take all those emotions and light a fire with them. That'll blow right up. He means they want you to play some rock music with you now. Alright then. I'll get the key to the art room. What are you... How did it end up like this? Hey, no use whining about it. Gotta get used to it. Screw it.
Flattery won't get you anywhere.
No need to be shy. Yeah. Can I please get on with this? I'm getting tired.
Fine, whatever.
Oh, that was how their little garden's doing. Damn, it's looking good. Little strawberries. The chicken! Chickens, Eddie! Tomatoes, potatoes, onion. Looking good. Schmidt. All these remains are of the White Aeon. I was able to get a decent sample. Better than the ones in Sutherland and Crossbell. But it will still take some time to analyze it. That's so. I mean, its abilities were intense. Spatial annihilation, moving railway cannons. It's safe to say that... Oh my god, that was a word and a half! Culmination. In any event, your Tachi has been repaired. Check it to make sure it's as sharp as you remember. Thank you. To be honest, I thought it was going to be the end of me. I was somehow able to endure it, but that mana blade thing... It was probably some mana feedback that went through the Divine Knight, but it's not reliable. Don't expect it to happen again. You're right. Thank you. Sky looks strange. Report to the faculty lounge. Hold on a second. To the lounge. Let's do it.
Oh no! I didn't think it was raining this hard.
Aw, poor Toa.
Oh, Rain! Was it your turn to lock up today? Thanks for taking care of things.
You need an umbrella? We'll share mine.
It's okay. It's not raining that hard.
Hard enough.
That's not fair. You're not giving me much of a choice. Fine. You win. We'll share the umbrella. Just don't get your shoulder wet from trying to give me more cover, okay?
No worries. You're so tiny.
My, I wonder what you were about to say.
She doesn't like being called tiny. You used to be so much more straightforward and innocent. And now you're giving me impossible choices like this. But knowing you probably gave your umbrella to a student in need. And then lied to them about having a spare so they wouldn't feel guilty. Were you watching? No, I just knew you wouldn't forget to bring an umbrella. And it started raining so suddenly, it's an easy situation to imagine. Jeez, you're banned from making weird, accurate guesses like that. Green, you're still only 20. You could stand to be a little more innocent. Even though we're colleagues, don't forget I'm still a year older than you. Got it. But I think I'm going through all that changed me a bit. Nothing. Sorry. Let's head on back. Or did you need to stop somewhere? No, I'm fine with heading straight home. Yeah. Principal Van Dyke and the school nurse lady. It seems like all the recent government policies are really putting a focus on the military. That's true. I'm going to have worked hard to catch up to them. By the way, Angie and George are both back in Arabonia now. Ooh, about Angie. That's right. They're both in Ruhr right now. I think so. But they must have both been busy. I can't get in touch with either of them. Oh. And thinking about those two always makes me a little jealous. It's clear how much they mean to each other. You are killing me here! George isn't really Angelica's type, you know. Then again, considering the way they look dancing together by the bonfire at the school festival, well, they've known each other a long time, so maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I think Crow would have felt the same way. Yeah. He'd probably congratulate them, then tease them relentlessly. He would do that. Reen, you know you don't need to worry about your family or that masked man all on your own, right? If you ever need to talk, you've got not only the old Class 7 and Instructor Sarah, but the members of your new Class 7 as well. And of course, I'm always willing to lend an ear. Do you happen to know anything about my father? A little bit. I didn't hear from Class 7 or Sarah or anything like that, but judging by Major Claire's behavior, I can guess. Oh. Looks like it cleared up.
Wow.
You can see the stars shining so clearly now.
Maybe the clouds all got blown away? Thanks for helping me out. Reminds me of when we went shopping together as students.
That feels like ages ago. That was when you helped me figure out what to do for the festival.
And then I showed you the video of our concert from the year before.
And you were wearing that?
Oh, wait. Let's just forget about that.
Well, I doubt I'll ever be able to forget the sight of you in that outfit.
Reen, you're such a meanie.
And that's why I'm going to keep calling you Tiny, because you're such a little cinnamon bun. But jokes aside, can we talk more sometime? I'd like to tell you some things. Things like my father, about what happened at the Infernal Castle, and about what happened after you graduated.
Of course! I'd love that.
In the events of leading up to the War of Lions, which prince declared himself the next emperor? The fourth prince. Which of the following statements about the effect of gyroscopic spin on bullets is true? I don't actually know. To Google! To the Google mobile! Always skews. A bullet spinning clockwise will always skew right. Military studies. Choose the most effective way of moving a squad during a siege battle. Attack from behind. That's... I must have hit the wrong one. That's what it's telling me on this guy. Oh my god. Political economics. Capital gain. Oh! One of those things I... Capital gain. And then that one on friggin' filtration. That's actually a question on here. Look to the sky. Charcoal, sand, pebbles. So everyone just got to have a good time.
Don't forget, we are still in the middle of class.
Instructor Reen, please help me work on my swimming form.
Muse? Hey! Why are you trying to drag him into the changing room?
40 Arch. This time for sure.
What a nice little pool party.
Agreed. Everyone sure is lively.
I'm sure they need to unwind after how hard they all worked.
However, if we're calling this a class, there should be some semblance of structure to it.
Or perhaps a competition. One we can only hold here.
I've some ice-cold drinks available for any parched throats out there.
This one is going a while, but there is going to be cutting and clipping and whatnot, so... Physically and mentally exhausted. However, you seem to have enjoyed yourself. We saw an incredible matchup, so I'd say it was a successful lesson. I can talk. How did I end up here too? We're in the same class, so at least try to pretend like you want to hang out. Well, it goes with Celestine's iced coffee too. Tomorrow's a free day, but the next weekend we've got field exercises. And I heard Panzer Soldat training's on Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. I know I'm not reading, I'm tired, I want to stop the video. But it's still, I haven't got a stopping point because this game likes to drag on like no tomorrow. Great job, everyone. The answers are all written so well, I can tell they really understood everything. I don't want to start sounding like Instructor Thomas, but as an instructor, seeing this couldn't make me happier. Tomorrow's a free day, and we've got a briefing at 3. This is really good. A cheesecake. It's 8:30 and I've made some good progress on my grading. Maybe I should go out and cool off a bit. Thor's armband. And I'm gonna put that on. I'm ending this one here. Thank you all for watching. Join me next time on Trails of Cold Steel 3 as we take a walk and work on some busy work on the free day. But until then, I'm the Dark Seraph, signing off.